Iran is once again on the edge, but this time the resistance isn't coming from the streets, it is coming from inside the prisons. Let me tell you what exactly happened here. Reports are pouring in from Ghezel Hesar Prison, one of Iran's largest and most notorious detention center near Tehran, where hundreds of inmates they have launched a hunger strike. You know what their message is? It's very simple yet very powerful. Stop the killing. Well, according to resources quoted by Iran International, the protests erupted after the evacuation of at least 5 prisoners earlier this week. The latest in a chilling wave of state killing that rights groups say is among the worst in years. Here, prisoners have now refused food for 3 straight days, chanting slogans against the regime's brutal justice system. In fact, some reports suggest that they are also demanding an end to torture and the overcrowded, inhumane prison conditions that have long been condemned by human rights groups as well. But you know what? Here's where it gets even more explosive. This whole protest, it isn't happening in isolation. It comes at a time when Iran's leadership, led by their supreme leader, Mr. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, is already under mounting pressure. As tensions with Israel reach the boiling point over the Gaza conflict, ordinary Iranians are voicing anger. Anger over what they call the regime obsession with foreign wars while ignoring the suffering of its own people. Now, human rights groups say that Iran has executed more than 500 people in 2024 alone, many for drug-related charges or vague excuses, and that too against their God. Here, activists believe that this new wave of executions is a deliberate move, a move by the government to silence the dissent and instill the fear, specifically as more Iranians only criticize the regime's support for Hamas and Hezbollah. Now in Tehran and other cities also, whispers of unrest, they are growing really loud. Families of the executed have been holding silent vigils outside the prison, holding up photos of their loved ones despite heavy police presence over there. In fact, videos of social media, they show security forces standing guard outside Ghezel Prison, fearing that the prison protests could ignite wider demonstration, something that the regime is very desperate to avoid. Here, observers say that Khamenei's government is walking on a tightrope. On one hand, it is flexing its muscles abroad, threatening Israel and the US with retaliation over Gaza, and on the other hand, it is facing a storm at home. A nation tired of recession, poverty, fear, every single thing. This latest prison revolt, it might just be the spark that exposes Iran's growing internal crisis. A regime that's controlling not just the streets, but also the prisons. As one Iranian activist put it online, when even prisoners refuse food in protest, you know that the country is starving for justice.